Be prepared for Hex, guys. Today I have another Aura's OU Wi-Fi battle. Today is actually an OU battle. It's not a Wonder Trade battle, but I hope you guys enjoyed that Wonder Trade battle. It was a lot of fun. But today I have a battle against Hashirama. This is actually Lord Escobar. You might have seen him in a couple of Twitch chats. He's a good buddy of mine. You know, helped me actually get some of the Pokemon that I did on the Wonder Trade. Yuki Kitsune Nokori also helped out with that. So thank you to both of you. If you do end up watching this, I want to just, say that first and foremost. But this was a pretty good match, and as you can see, I have a bunch of new Pokemon. Now, these aren't technically new Pokemon. These Pokemon are from my my Y version. Excuse me. But nonetheless, they are new to Auras, and I have not used them in Auras yet, but, that's besides the point. But I go ahead and lead off with my Volcarona. He actually ended up leading up with You Turn Me On, which is a great name for a Scizor. But he actually ends up going for the U-turn here, probably predicting my Quiver Dance, but honestly not the best option. A hard switch definitely would have been the best option. Had I just clicked Fiery Dance, Scizor would have been dead, and had he just hard switched, he wouldn't have gotten the Flame Body hacks there. But it did end up working out quite well for me because I did manage to get a Quiver Dance off. However, I did take about 50% from that U-turn thanks to that Scizor being Choice Banded. Now, Choice Banded Scizor, oh my gosh, I've said this so many times. It is so strong. Choice Banded Scizor is not a joke. Do not stay in on that thing if you do not have to. But he ends up going out into the Absol. This was a tough decision to make. It was either go for Quiver Dance, predicting a Sucker Punch, and get a little bit of health back with the leftovers. Go for Roost, get all my health back, predicting the Sucker Punch. Or just go for Bug Buzz, take the Sucker Punch, hopefully, and live, and But had I gone for Roost or Quiver Dance and he just gone for Knockoff, I would have died for sure. And I at least had a chance, I think. I didn't calc it, but I think I at least had a chance to live a Sucker Punch. And then, obviously a possible Flame Body hacks there, and then I could have gone for Roost or whatever. But I ended up getting a decent amount of damage off on that Landorus thanks to a Fiery Dance, but I took a lot of damage from that Earth Power in return. But now he's going to go back into his Scizor here. You Turn Me On. I love that name. But I'm just going to go ahead and go straight for a Fiery Dance. I can't risk going for a Roost or a Quiver Dance here, unfortunately. I probably could have risked a Roost, but if he's running Superpower... Oh, actually, now that I think about it, Roost probably would have been the best option there. And then just gone for a Fiery Dance on the Scizor on the next turn. But that's besides the point. He's going to go out into no switches. And he is definitely right. That thing is so strong. And unfortunately, I'm only at +1 special attack. I never got up to +2. And it's really unfortunate because I would have been able to take that thing out. I might even have gotten a min roll there and possibly had a chance to kill that thing, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't calc these things. And it's not every day that you see that same matchup, Volcarona versus... Porygon Z, especially, with the same stats that we have going on. So it's hard to tell. It's not a matchup that I know that I could, but I could estimate it, but it's not something that I know off the top of my head, like most things that I know in OU. But I'm going to go out of my T-Char now, get the Saiyan up, go ahead and get my Stealth Rocks up. This Rotom is actually going to take a little bit of Sandstorm damage and then get it all back with those leftovers there. So not really too much here, but it is helping me negate some of that leftovers there. He ends up going for a Will-O-Wisp here, and I didn't want to switch. And there are a couple of reasons why, and we'll talk about that as the turns go on. But I didn't want to switch. I didn't want really anything to be burned. And T-Tar is not something that I necessarily need for the rest of his team. But it is nice to have alive. This T-Tar is very, very bulky in the Special Defense department. Sassy, max HP, max Special Defense. I think I'm sassy. Should be sassy. And then, of course, with the sand up, I'm getting an extra 50% boost to that as well. So you can tell that Hydro Pump did absolutely nothing. Now, I thought he was going to switch out into the Landorus there, and that's why I went for Fire Blast instead of going for Stone Edge, because had he switched out into Landorus, Landorus might have lived a Stone Edge, considering I am burned. And I'm not really running any attack, other than IVs and the attack stat there. But, so... it was really just a poor judgment, but it was probably the safest move that I could have gone for there. I am going to be switching out. I'm actually going to go out into my Latias here, and you guys probably, some of you probably remember this thing. This Latias in particular is very, very strong and very, very powerful. And by very strong and very powerful, I mean this thing is an absolute monster, and we'll talk about why it's an absolute monster as soon as all of these turns, these like ending animations here. It's actually a light screen reflect Latias, and it's also running Healing Wish and Draco Meteor. And what makes this thing very, very special is that it dodges Will-O-Wisps all day long, apparently. No, but what makes this thing great is you run, I think I'm running max HP, max speed on this thing. So I have the HP to take hits. I have the speed to outspeed things and get the screens up. That way I can take even more hits. I can do a Draco Meteor. I can get some damage off on something if I need to. Possibly get a KO on something if I need to. Because Latias is very fast. And with timid max speed, you know, you are going to be outspeeding things. You're also actually going to be outspeeding a lot of Latioses. Because most of them are still running HP Fire. And you're not running HP Fire. You're running full 31 IVs in that speed stat. So you're going to be outspeeding a lot of Latioses as a Latias. Now, I did take the burn here. And that's kind of unfortunate. But I do have both my screens up now, I think. I am just going to go for a Draco Meteor here. Just to get some damage off on this Rotom. I know that he's more than likely running Pain Split. Because he is a... you know, he does have leftovers. Unfortunately, I was unable to kill the Rotom, so he is going to be able to get a Pain Split off on me and get most of his health back, and then the leftovers after this is going to be putting him back at 50%. Now, it's really, really unfortunate because this Rotom was actually one of the things that I was most worried about on his team. One of the things I was most worried about. And this Latios, like I said, is running Healing Wish. So I got both my screens up. I got a little bit of damage off on this Rotom. My Latias is pretty much dead here. So I went ahead and went for Healing Wish. He did end up just going for a Volt Switch there, which probably, well, maybe not with the screens up. But it would have definitely been close after burn damage. But what's nice about Healing Wish is I come in, if there are any hazards in the field, I take the hazards, then the Healing Wish kicks in, it removes any status, and puts you back all the way to full HP. Now, obviously not the greatest option for me, because I do actually end up staying in here, letting him get a Pain Split off, and then he's actually going to be Will-O-Wisping me the next turn, and I am going to be hit by that. But the main reason I wanted to send T-Tar back in anyway is so that my Excadrill could get the Sand Rush up if I needed my Excadrill to outspeed something and possibly take it out. And like I said, I am running Sand Rush, and I'm not running Mold Breaker, so I would not be able to hit this Rotom regardless. So these couple of plays here, they weren't bad, but they definitely were not the best plays. But I didn't want to waste a Healing Wish for nothing. The rest of my Pokemon are all at full HP, so sitting out T-Tar and just getting the health back and, you know, getting rid of that burn for at least a turn, and getting the Sandstorm back up and negating those leftovers was the best option in my head at the time, because I didn't want to waste a Healing Wish. So if I can at least stall out some more of this Rotom, whether it's PP, whether it's HP, whatever, that's still going to be, in my opinion, the best option. I could have gone out into something, but I wasn't sure, especially after the Rotom getting back to 50%. I wasn't sure if there was anything on my team that I had currently that could take it out from that range. So I wanted to go out into T-Tar, get a little bit of damage off. I knew it was going to get burned anyway. And this Rotom is not running Rest, it's running Pain Split. So the lower health that I get, the lower health that this Rotom gets regardless. Because if he has to go for Pain Split, whether I get a crit with Stone Edge, whether I do damage with Stone Edge, he is actually going to have to end up doing Pain Split eventually, and the lower health that I get with the burn damage and him attacking me, that is less health that he's going to be getting in return thanks to that Pain Split. So now I've gotten him about 35% after these leftovers here. And my T-Tar still has a lot of HP left, and it may not look like a whole bunch, but negating most of the burn damage with the leftovers definitely helps, and being in the sand and being a specially defensive T-Tar definitely helps as well, because, and being behind screens, I forgot about that as well, definitely makes my survivability as a T-Tar very, very strong. Now my screens are gone here, both of them are gone. But I still was able to live the Hydro Pump, get another Stone Edge off. Unfortunately, no crit. I don't even think a crit would have killed at that point. But the Rotom is pretty much dead at this point, and I do know for a fact that I at least have one Pokemon in my party still left alive that can take the Rotom out from where it's at, and he cannot go for Pain Split right now. Well, one, my T-Tar's dead, and two, even if he did, he would actually be giving me health back at that point, because Pain Split actually, I believe it goes based off of percent, but I could be wrong on that. But I'm going to go out in my Terrakion. I am Choice Scarfed. I do outspeed this Rotom. Close combat, definitely going to be taking the Rotom out. And, you know, Rotom's gone now, and this, like I said, this was the biggest problem for me on Lord Esco's team. The single biggest problem. But he ends up going out into the Starmie here. I do outspeed this thing, but I am locked into I am locked into close combat, so there isn't anything I can do right here, especially if I want to save my Terrakion. So I actually end up going out into my Excadrill here. This is the Excadrill that you guys have seen several times before. It's unfortunate because I did allow him to go for Rapid Spin, so the only thing that got affected by the Stealth Rocks, actually I don't think anything was affected by the Stealth Rocks. Now that I think about it, I sent them out on his Rotom. He never switched out on the Rotom. So yeah, now that I think about it, nothing was affected by the Stealth Rocks, other than the Starmie. So that's kind of unfortunate, and then he was able to Rapid Spin them away. But, you know, you kind of just have to, like, it's Pokemon. You have to play it turn by turn, and getting up Stealth Rocks was something that would have benefited me, so I went ahead and put them up. Again, it just kind of stalled out the battle a little bit longer than I would have liked. Here's a prime example. Had I gotten my Stealth Rocks up and had they stayed up, that Porygon Z would have been dead. And I told Esco, I was like, I'll give you a chance. If you know, I can win here if I land on my Stone Edges. I actually end up hitting this Landers here. Landers is gone with the Stone Edge. But as long as I was able to kill the Porygon Z, it was game. I did have Caesar in the back. Could have gone for Bullet Punch. You know, etc., etc., etc. Killed this Starmie with a Bug Bite or a U-turn. And I also have X-Scissor on this Terrakion as well, so if I missed, you know, if I needed to switch out and then come back in on that Starmie and hit it with an X-Scissor, I could have done that as well. So this battle was probably a little confusing. I talked about a lot of things that could have been possible to do throughout this battle, but I didn't actually do really any of them. I didn't really end up liking the team that I used very much, but I think this battle was interesting nonetheless. There were a lot of things that happened and a lot of points to be made, and I think I covered most of them. A lot of, you know, like competitive tips, and I think you guys benefit from those, and you know, I'm always here to provide those. So if you guys, like I said, if you have any questions, you can hit me up on Twitter. Link is in the description. I'm at HaydenMadeEm, twitter.com/HaydenMadeEm. I'm also on Twitch, so if you catch me on one of my streams and have a particular question that needs to be answered right then and there, you can ask me on my Twitch stream, and I'll be more than happy to help you out there. If you don't mind waiting, you can let me know in the comments. I generally... I check my comments quite often, actually. I don't get too many comments on my videos, so I'm usually there to reply if you do have a question for me. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Wi-Fi battle. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it. It definitely helps me out, guys. If you're new and you enjoyed this battle, I know it was kind of rambly and etc., but I'm tired. It's almost 7 a.m. But yeah, if you're new and you enjoyed it, definitely hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys back again tomorrow with another Aura's Wi-Fi battle, and then on Wednesday will be the LP day. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and may the hacks be with you. Peace out.